Hello, everyone out there. This is this is your exalted ruler, the ruler of the Ludi. Ludi, doody, doody. Too bad for Ludi.
The reason I started with that retarded voice, it's uh, I know you morons out there. Some of you listen, and you just don't get this. You're gonna try. You're gonna ask me, please. You're gonna ask me. I don't answer your comments. I don't care about who you are or what you think. Okay, you just don't get it. You think like I'm one of you kind of people. Please watch your trailer for me. Please watch this. Dude, okay, fine. So I looked up this one idiot, send me this.
Can you please watch the trailer for me? Give me your thing.
So of course it's a nonsensical, I want you to convert to the the great nonsense beliefs of Islam or whatever the hocus pocus bullshit, all you people are. And really that's what it all is. You're brainwashed, all you people, like, brainwashed beliefs. And I don't believe in anything either. So I don't care about anything really. Like it's your false deity to this hocus. It's like believing in Moses, Chosis, or Barbie Doses. I don't know who the hell these people are. They're nothing. Okay, there's no proof of anything. They didn't do anything. The only proof is the pyramids, Stonehenge, the Great Wall of China. Monuments of the past that have stood the test of time. The Sphinx, you know, Ra, the whatever, the statues, the Cheops, the I was gonna say Mount Ebly, Count Ebly, right? Um, Look, it's about as nonsense as Star Wars. Like it's just all bullshit. And what it is, look how many Star Wars fans there are. So where is the mecca of Star Wars? It's called Disneyland. That's where people go and they bow to Star Wars, or the premiere of the movie. It's the same thing. It's a nonsense. It's a cult. It's bullshit. It's the 33rd parallel, the Freemasons, the nonsense. They didn't know nothing. They didn't do nothing. These people. It's just a fraternal order. These idiots. They wear those stupid hats. They get together. They don't know nothing. They never became nothing, and they don't do nothing. It's like if you go to near the Area 51, they got those camo dudes, they don't know nothing, those idiots. There's nothing there, man. The idiots that, you're just curious, like what's beyond the gate. I know what's beyond the gate, but it's none of your business. You have no right to know anything. I'm American, I deserve. No, you don't. You don't deserve to know anything because the stuff is experimented, stuff projects are worked on, and they're none of your business actually. Actually, anything that goes on when we do anything, go anywhere, it really doesn't concern you because the people really don't care. You don't understand. People have to make a living. That's what they care about. And then when there's a war, things get out of hand. When 9/11, and don't worry. Next month, I will do the full expose on 9/11 from beginning to end, all of it. You're gonna sit through with me, and you're gonna educate yourself the long way. It's not gonna be fast and easy. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna poke holes in the curtain, my friends. Just like my idiot friend. I mean, I call him an idiot because he is. Because to him, it's like his mind is so closed that we were just talking about this last night. I was telling him that they got rid of the evidence like very quickly. I think it was, and I'll give you, I'm going to give you like this much. I'm not going to open it all up for you, but controlled demolition. They or whatever the company got rid of, took all the steel, took it to that shipyard. Immediately, the trucks were commanded, do not stop, no matter what. Get that stuff to that salvage yard in New Jersey, and then ship to China. We don't recycle stuff. Oh no, we don't. No, we don't do anything. Just get it out of the country, of course. And he's trying to give me the narrative that these scientists had plenty of time to run, you know, to run whatever forensic tests, on the steel, and but I've heard scientists say they went there, they weren't given enough time. They didn't. The shit was gotten rid of immediately. Any FBI agents taking shit, you see them walking off with fragments of whatever, from the Pentagon outside on the lawn, and then of course taking. I've seen video footage of them moving parts of the planes that crashed into the Trade Center, so they can take pictures. Instead of just roping it out. There's a lot of shit that was happening that day that did not make any sense. But my friend, he's just too, he sticks with the narrative. Believe me, I'm not going to give you any more than this. He says, look, there's a 10-mile radius no-fly zone around the Pentagon. Don't give me this nonsense. He said, well, they didn't know. How long a plane, how long it takes for a plane to travel 10 miles, going 600 miles an hour. I said, hey, there's something called NORAD, you idiot. You don't understand. Everything in the air is tracked. And they could have gotten jets up. Don't tell me they're not prepared. Knew exactly what's going on. And so we're going to address this whole thing next month. We're going to go through it from beginning to end, all of it. And at the very end, if your brain is not still in the sand, what you're going to be able to do from there is the know a little bit more about what is going on and how things change over time. A lot of you people are just fools. You don't understand. You're what you're doing is, as sheep, you follow the direction. And with that, it's so sad because the sheep is like, where do the sheep go? They go to get sheared. They go to the slaughter. They're not there to think. They're not there to do anything. And it's so sad because, you know, it just would be interesting to see people open up their minds and go, well, okay, what is going on here? Who's allowing this to happen? Why did these things happen? I mean, I told you about COVID. This is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Now, people don't even know what was the Delta variant is one thing. You don't even remember the Alpha variant. This is not going away. You don't understand. This is here to stay. Okay, it's not going away. Okay, a vaccine. Do you know what a vaccine is? You're injecting yourself with a virus. Is what you're doing, right? To fight off anything else coming in. That's why the people get sick when you take it. And I love how the government and the federal, they pressured you. Oh, all people working in education have to have the shots. People working for the government have to be vaccinated. Yeah, I bet they do. Yeah, get all that shit in you, all that the garbage they put in you. And one day, I'll tell you something. When they start coming down with side effects and down the road, you'll see the population start to decline. I'm telling you, that's the grand plan of this. The grand plan is to curb the population because there's just too many people. There's only so many, it's a finite resources until we go to another planet. We're working on that now. But the point is that it's going to take a long time to terraform Mars. It will be eventually. I mean, it just takes time. We don't have a choice. You don't have a choice because human nature is very selfish. As much as people care about the environment, care about this, clean up, they don't care. You got the plastic the size of the state of Texas floating around in the Pacific Ocean out there. Do you have any idea what the fuck we're doing? Basically, yeah, we're just raping the planet. Like we're fucking destroying it. Everything. There's just too many people. You need, in a consumer based society, it's like, hey man, people just want it all. The people at the top, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's just it was like there was a point of no return, and I don't know when it was, but it's been passed a long time ago already. And what some woman just had 9 kids just the other day, she's gonna have more. They don't think that's my point. They don't care. As a whole, they don't care. And there's nothing you can do about that, you know. And those people, all those mouths have to be fed. They all want to become something. They all want to be successful. They all want to make. And you know, it's just you're not needed. You're not needed. Look, I've got 4 college degrees. I applied. I can't tell you how many jobs I applied for. Nobody needs me. Nobody wants me. A resume. You know, they used to hire people, not paper. Hold like a doctorate level degree. Can't even get a job in education. Right? Former professional athlete, former did this, all this stuff. They don't know who you are. You got just plenty of other people out there. They all got families. You know what the word nepotism is? Connections. You don't got that. Good luck to you. Now I'm not saying it's impossible without it, but you're gonna have to hustle that much harder. I told you I got a friend. You know, he's like 57. The guy's been handing out flyers his whole life. You know, he got nothing. He's lucky he's got a Section 8 voucher. And I mean, that gives him, yeah, he's got a place to live for the rest of his life. But dude never owned anything. And if you never own anything your whole life, guess what you are? You are basically a bitch to a landlord. You know, and if you're in government housing, poor people's housing, you know, you're even further down. It's like almost like it's above living in a tent, but you know, you're not moving ahead. You know, like keep talking about this. I know I keep shoving it up your ass, but with the reality. But you know, these guys. I read all these books. I listened to. You know, what's that guy Grant Cardone, 10x. Number one, it's not an X. He's implying 10 times. The symbol X. You know, he has to be specific because it could be a variable. He's talking to you like you're stupid. Okay, because there is no such thing. They're not telling you saying you got to make 10 times. Yeah, he doesn't tell you how. You know, all these people tell you get into real estate. You don't look. There was this old people a couple blocks from me. I guess they had some stuff. I was able to get some stuff they were throwing out or selling. But they're like I don't know. They woman. You know, there's like a woman and her sister. They're really old. They have like no teeth. Their house looks like something out of Sanford and Sons. You know. And finally, they just sold it. I said, what the? I was I gonna ask? Why'd you wait so long? And I tried to say, how much you get? Two? And then she wouldn't give me the number. And she's sitting out there selling tchotchkes so they could just throw away. What do you care? $20, 10. What the fuck do you care about? What the hell is wrong with you? It's like that other idiot. They're like poor millionaires. They're scrounging for like $20, $10, $15, $100, whatever for a refrigerator. The dude that sold the building, he sold this fucking building. I don't know if he got 8 million. He fucking, I guarantee you he killed it because whoever the property, they had to have it. He got an offer he couldn't refuse, and that dude's wasting his time for a couple $100. This is sickness. It's a sickness. Now I saw my ex-girlfriend today in the market, and she's there's some homeless guy she met at a church years ago. The dude was waiting outside. I saw him. He looked like he was crazy. So I could see. Couldn't even go in the market. And that's who she wastes her time with. I'm telling you, a lot of these people have like it's a sickness. You know, she's a fucking miser. You know, she's gonna take that shit to the grave with her. Never have nothing. Never spend anything. And they use the dumb analogy. Well, that's why I have because I'm so cheap. I go, no, you're not. You bought a property at a very good deal. You flipped it or you held on to it. That's why you made your money. You didn't become wealthy by recycling tea bags, by counting pennies. I'm sorry, I've done that. I've counted pennies before. It adds up to irrelevant money. I don't care how long. You could fill up a Arrowhead bottle filled with pennies. Maybe you got $500 in pennies in there. Go ahead, try to fill up a 5-gallon Arrowhead bottle with change. See how long that takes you, and then when it's done, think about how long it takes and how much actually is in there. You know, you probably think $1 million is in there. Ain't fucking nothing in there. Maybe with change and everything, maybe $1,200 or something. It'll take you fucking 10 years, 5 years, years and years to fill that thing up. Okay, look, I spent $100 to get home from Anaheim last night. Okay, and the woman that I talked to, and the one was just a lot of money. I say, well, that just shows you either you're fucking a poor millionaire or you just don't get it. You're how old are you? Like she's like close to 60 years old. How much fucking time do you have? How much you spend on your hair? You see, these things, if I would now, it's coming to me, but when you're in the spur of the moment, when you're talking to people, it's hard to, you know, it, it, but I am very direct though. I am very direct. Um, if I can be, you just gotta be. If you're not direct, what are you? You're hiding. You're being coy. Massage chick told me that. Don't be coy. It's not good. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you want. If they say no, if you're a little bold and brazen, it's fine. Don't be coy, man. I'm telling you, coy doesn't get. Extremely rare. When I was young, maybe. But let me tell you something. It's hard when you get old. You should have accumulated some wealth. If you didn't, you fucked up. I fucked up. It ain't over yet, but I fucked up. And you know, right now I'm watching the crypto market as we're on here. The one I'm in is dropping. It's like I got balls, man, but it's fucked up when you stay in something and you're trying to hold faith, and you're watching it just go like this. It's not like thousands of dollars here, but you know, it hurts when you don't see success with anything. It hurts. Yeah, I know, man. I had some. At least you know what? At least I eat good every day. No matter what, I can eat good. Like I have money, I can eat whatever I want. Like go to the market, I buy whatever I want: beef, chicken, vegetable spaghetti. Sweet potatoes, good nutrient dense foods. Go to the fucking gym every day. And yeah, boy, did I fucking tear it up in there for an hour or so. Between the heavy bags, the pull ups, the chin ups, the crunches. And I'm not talking about, the fucking cream puff crunches. I'm talking about fucking holding 30 pounds, 20, 30 pounds in your hands while you're moving your legs. I'm talking Bruce Lee fucking crunches, man. You know, where you're fucking dying, man. And you're not going to the gym to waste time. You're there to forge a fucking body of steel, of power. Sharp, like I talk about this all the time. Someone gonna step to you, they're gonna be in a lot of fucking trouble, man. But it's not just being tough. Instead of this "what do you say" thing, you don't have to say that. You just have to stand there, and if you paid your dues, then they can't do nothing to you. That's confidence. Okay, that's 21st century confidence. Okay, back in the day, the Spartan warriors, you saw, you watch 300, you see what they did. It tear you apart. In a way, the way you tear somebody apart nowadays is you become like a total package. You know, like I said about physical, but then not allowing somebody to crack your frame. When someone throws you a curveball saying, hey, you're this and that, just don't get into it with them. And if you do, make them feel like they're like this. Just cut them to pieces verbally. You have to. You got to get so fucking good. So you beat them. If they try to put a hand on you, you incapacitate them. If they try to verbally say shit to you, you can destroy them. You got to get good, man. You ever see the sperm and egg thing when it shows that the one sperm he's fighting to get in? You're a natural born warrior, believe it or not. Anybody that's here, the sperm, whatever, they had to fight. Like look at it, you see in the microscope, they show it. The sperm is fighting that one to get in. And that's what it is. Men are natural warriors to fight. And unfortunately, you're told, like when you're a kid, oh, make nice, no fighting, no fighting. Oh, I get that. But unfortunately, in society, there's something called competition. Now, I'm not saying you have to go around and physically beat people up, but what I'm implying is that, let's say you're in the real estate business. Well, there could be another company, another person there. They could offer more than you or get the listing or whatever, and then you don't get it. You don't get the sale. You lose money. You don't make money. You can't live life on your terms. Food costs money, right? Unless you grow it yourself off the grid or something. How many people do that? But you know what I mean. It's like the world is a very competitive place. Now, I guess the further out you go from Los Angeles, maybe you could go to places that aren't as tough as here, some small towns or something. But, there's a price to pay for that. Everybody watches movies. Everybody watches television. Now, I don't. Over at my friend's place, over at he's got it on all the time. And I just, he's kind of, he's open-minded, but he's not when it comes to like talking about 9/11 or theories on COVID. I can't, he won't, his mind is too closed when it comes to that. But that's okay. I'm not trying to change him, or anything. He just, he keeps asking, well, where's the proof of this? And I go, well, look, man, I've done my research. I can show you tons of proof and everything, but it's not going to be good enough. You're going to try to poke holes in this. I told him about there was a B-1 bomber, I think, that flew into the Empire State Building in World War, was it in the 40s or something. Empire State Building didn't come down. It wasn't carrying jet fuel like that. And I said, don't get into this with me, man. You're going to talk about that molten steel that was burning. Whether you're proof of that. Not closed-minded. Said there was no way of controlled demolition. Why not? Why not? Why not? We'll never know because all the fucking evidence is taken away. About Building 7. I don't even know what that is. We'll get into it next month. Hope you're ready. Bring your thinking caps and your open minds, or else just don't even tune in that day. Don't even waste your time trying to learn anything. Because you'll just stick with the generic narrative and have no fucking idea what's going on. I'm not trying to talk conspiracy theory. I'm talking about open-minded theory. I told you, they go this way, then everything tells you this way. I go this way. Guys like Jesse Ventura, he okay, all right. He tries, but the media tries to box him out. But, I love the way that guy, what he said. Holy shit. He asks the tough questions. He goes, proud, for love this country, proud to be an American like me, but answer him. You give me a fucking answer on those tough questions, and nobody will, because it opens up the can of worms. There's shit that goes on, and you don't need to know. Because if you knew the truth, you wouldn't believe it, first off. George Carlin tried to open this up too, in a comedic kind of way, before he passed. I remember basically giving you some really heads up. A lot of people just don't get it. Yep. It's like not my job to educate everybody. My job is to educate myself. That's it. I need to know. You don't. You want to know? You do your own research. I'll give you like the tools. You build your own house. Like, you know, I put the equipment. You know, I can tell you what you need. I'll give you a blueprint. You do the work on your own. I already built my. I already know. I already know. I know what Disney's up to. I know what they're fucking doing. Okay, you don't. You don't. Yeah, yeah. Some guy, some I don't know, some towel head, whatever. He's like wants me to watch some preview of some dumb thing. I watched a little bit of it, and immediately it just this is garbage. This is like Sam nigga bullshit. Come on, man. I don't need any of that shit. Your bullshit, your ideology nonsense. It's a farce. You're believing in that. It's all nonsense. You believe in the tooth fairy too? Mohammed, whatever. You believe in the tooth fairy and Moses, Chosis, and Barbie Doses? That's what it is. Jesus and Chosis? It's all bullshit. You've been brainwashed. You've been had. About it, what proof? It's about as real as the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a fantasy. What the hell are you believing this nonsense? Open your minds from the brainwashing. When I was a kid, I'll never forget this. I went to a Jewish school on Sunday. My friend Jeff. I think we both got kicked out of a class one time because they were showing this movie Masada, and there's a scene where they take they're laughing our asses off. I mean, they're taking prisoners. They're taking I think they were who it was, whatever, and they put them in these bags, and they had this device that was like a catapult, and they launched them into the thing, and it's like, yeah, we were laughing our asses off. We thought that was the funniest thing, and we wanted to get kicked out of the class. I'm gonna send them a Facebook text on that, and then we just hang out sometime, giving ourselves piggyback rides. We wouldn't fall for it back then. We wouldn't fall for it. We're proud to be Jewish, of course. I'm proud. Every time I see Hasids, whatever, like guys with the yarmulkes, I always tell them shalom, and they say shalom, and I said I speak Yiddish, and they're like, wow, they know. But dude, that's how I hold on to my heritage through my own, through language, through unique things. That's it. I don't believe in no fucking fairy tales and fucking bullshit. But there's no proof. There ain't no proof, man. Ain't no proof. There's what you think is proof. Bullshit. I don't believe. You want to believe in the higher power? That's fine. But I think that Most people are just so they don't, it's like Star Trek 5. Remember the old guy? Remember this, magnificent. One name. Then he says, "Who is this thing?" That was the best thing when Kirk goes, you know, bring the ship closer. And he goes, "Excuse me." He goes, "Why does God need a starship?" That was the greatest. That was the greatest line ever there. And then he goes, "Who is this creature?" And he goes, "Don't you know? Aren't you God?" Yeah, like that was the best. And he goes, "He wasn't God. That was the thing. It was great. That was great." Bring the I've been stuck in this place. Like then you start to find out what it really is. What's God? And it's your vision. He goes, your vision you created. That's what he said. So that being said, he goes, your vision that you created. You think like, I mean, it could be like somebody look, somebody that created television, right? There's not just one guy. There's a couple people that are working on it at the same time. But it doesn't mean none of those people are dead. They're not responsible for the programming what's on TV. The creators of television are not responsible for what's on television. You have to get that. In a way, that's what I think God is or was. I just think that your mind is too closed to understand really what it is. You're believing in some false narrative, this hocus pocus. It's like the tooth fairy, what you're believing in, this nonsense. And what sucks is that by you going along and believing this narrative, you actually close your mind to trying to figure out what is the truth. And that's why you'll never see behind the curtain. You'll never get there. You won't even get to poke holes in the curtain. You won't even see that there's a curtain there because you're going along with like everybody else by watching what's being presented in front of you, but you'll never see what's on the other side. You can't. How can you if you're sitting in a seat? Ah, but you see, you know what I did? I got out of the seat and I went behind the scenes. In some things, I went behind the scenes because that's where I felt I belonged. I didn't belong in the crowd, in the seat, watching the play or the show or the game. I never did. I never liked sitting in the seats, ever. I never liked it. I always wanted to meet the people like that were the performers or involved, just like away from the crowds, so I could see what makes them different, what makes them tick. That's what I wanted. Anyway, I know this was kind of a brief one. I got to get back to watching the crypto market. This one I'm in. I'm not going to tell you which one it's in because I'm not going to. I don't like to. I get paid for information. Anything that I tell you is free, like I'm doing, but I'm not going to help you in any way, um, because that's the way the world works. The real world works that way. It's a selfish place. You better get used to it. And if you understand that, you accept that, then I've given you some great advice then for now. Stop watching nonsense, your bullshit movies, trailers, whatever the fuck you wanted me to watch. Get out of this brainwashing, this you retards. Fucking towelhead, morons, sand niggers. Stop watching this shit.